Today I'm flying on board ANA's The Room, one of the world's newest business class products. Launched abruptly just months before the pandemic, I am one of the lucky few who has been able to get on board this unique premium experience. Named simply The Room, ANA's new business class features a private enclosed suite and on first glance looks like a double bed. Priced at an eye-wateringly expensive $6,000. Let's go and experience this luxurious suite, the food, the bed, and of course the service, to find out if it's really worth it. Plus the question on many of your lips, can this be a contender for the world's best business class, knocking Qatar Airways off the top spot? Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to the channel. You join me today in Tokyo, Japan of all places. Hang on, Will, you rightly exclaim. Given that the borders have been closed for the last 18 months and that I'm clearly not an Olympian, I blame Uber Eats, what the devil is going on here? So I'm actually in transit. Ah yes, at this point you may have seen my ANA first class review. If not, go check it out after this, if you want. But I have around 12 hours to kill in transit, and to those of you who've watched throughout the pandemic, I'm quite the veteran of no man's land transit. Russia, Canada, Mexico. Yeah, this isn't my first rodeo, so what does Tokyo Haneda Airport have to offer me? Well, here's the thing. Much of the airport is closed. Aside from the duty free. What do we have then? Oh, hello. Got Pikachu.
A few moments later.
Guys, I think we might be in luck. Green tea, Kit Kats. What is going on here? But not only that, purple sweet potato. I'm sorry, what? Before I totally lose the plot, thankfully there's a lounge open for me. The ANA Suite Lounge. Sounds sweet, right? Oh goodness, I'll see myself out. Something for those of you that haven't been to Japan before will notice, probably seeing in the footage today, is how unbelievably clean it is. Everything is immaculate. The ANA Suites Lounge is usually just for first class, but due to the pandemic, they've had to close the main lounge. Kind of a win. Unfortunately, it's not the best lounge, but sure beats the floor, which I experienced during my Toronto transit last month. It lives up to its name as the Suites Lounge because of these relaxation suites. Sadly, they're neither a bed nor a sofa, some kind of TV pod, but I did manage to get some sleep here. In terms of the food offering, I ordered from the noodle counter and set up camp in my own little cubicle. So welcome to my little cubicle. I've gone for the ANA original curry. Let's try it out, shall we? It looks really good. Oh wow, that's delicious. Given that my flight is departing in just over an hour, I thought I'd book the shower room, which I've thankfully been able to have access to during my layover. Actually pretty impressed. Just about to go and jump in the shower. Loving the fan. My only fan, haha, so funny. But yeah, obviously highlight being the fact that we're in Japan and you've got the amazing Japanese toilets. I wish they had those elsewhere in the world, but anyway, regardless, let's go jump in the shower, get refreshed. And finally, after a 12-hour layover, it's time to go and catch my flight over to Frankfurt. Well, I hope I haven't left this too late. I just asked where my gate would be, and turns out it's a 10-minute walk, and I thought the gate was opposite where I am. Okay. It's 107, and 107 is literally just right here, where I was earlier. Let's see, shall we? Honestly, it'd just be my luck if I missed it. I've been an absolute mess, honestly. If I missed this flight, I would be having to pretty much live in this airport for I think 2 days, because I don't believe that the Frankfurt flight is daily. So let's not think about that. Not a good thing to think about. Thankfully, I do make it over to my gate just in the nick of time, so I don't have to be yet another Tom Hanks impressionist.
Can I see your face? Thank you.
Thanks so much. Thank you. We're of course back on the Boeing 777, which is the only aircraft in the ANA fleet which has the room installed. Let's get down that jet bridge and see if this really could be the world's best business class. And now for a quick word from today's video sponsor, Readly. Readly is a digital magazine subscription service which allows you to get access to the most amazing selection of over 5,000 magazines. Think of it like your favourite music streaming service, but for unlimited magazine reading, all in one app. Some of my favourites, which will be no surprise to you guys, are within the travel sector, but there's literally something for everyone. For example, lifestyle, automotive, and one of my other favourites, food. You don't just get access to the current editions though, but also to the back issues as well. With such a variety of magazines, Readly gives me the opportunity to share this with my family, with the multi-profile option. Being able to share this, for example, with my mum to allow her to read her favourite magazines whilst we're on holiday is awesome. Talking of travel, what I love is that Readly allows offline reading. Sometimes I may not get reliable internet in the sky or when I arrive at a destination. I can tell you now, getting stuck into your magazine whilst you're in that long immigration queue really helps the time fly. And the best bit, by clicking my link in the description box, you'll receive a 2-month Readly subscription for free, then $7.99 a month after the 2 months has ended. This can be cancelled at any time. Thanks once again, Readly, for making this video possible. Let's step into one of the world's newest business class products, and boy, this is impressive. There are a total of 64 suites on board ANA's 777, making it one premium heavy aircraft. My initial impression is the level of space you get here. It feels more akin to first class than business. Bear in mind that ANA's existing business product is much tighter and, in my opinion, not particularly competitive. Settling into my seat, there's pillows, a blanket and an amenity kit waiting for me. ANA provide Globetrotter kits. They're of half decent quality and feature a toothbrush, eye mask, earplugs, along with Shiro lip balm and face mist. Given that there are only a few passengers on board this flight again, it's not long before we begin to push back from stand. As with my last flight, you'll note the airport staff wave and bow to each plane on departure. After putting my seatbelt on, the safety video is screened. I love it when airlines have their own cultural touches to these, as it encourages especially those more frequent flyers like myself to watch and engage with it. After this, a short video is run to demonstrate how my suite works. Not quite as straightforward as you may think. Now for takeoff into the Japanese morning sunshine, and unlike my last flight, I'm actually able to see over Tokyo this time, making out the sky tree. Goodness, I miss Japan. Today's flight time will be approximately 12 hours and cover a distance of 5,800 miles over to Frankfurt. As we level out, I take advantage of the provided slippers to at least grant me some comfort whilst relaxing in my suite. Whilst I wait for food service to begin, let's take a look around the cabin. It's laid out in a 1-to-1 configuration. This alternates between backward facing suites, which are my preference because you can look at the wing and the engine, and of course forward facing ones too. Middle suites are the choice for a couple sitting together, with a huge divider coming down at the touch of a button. It's no double bedded QSuite, but it's very spacious. Food service begins shortly, so my table is set out with china plating and metal cutlery. Thank goodness they haven't cut this back. So you ask, what's on today's menu? Of course, I'm sticking to Japanese here. Starting with simmered spinach, deep fried tofu, and a soy-based sauce. This was super tasty, but me being me, I was useless at eating it with chopsticks. This was accompanied by a delicious miso soup. My main consisted of this beautifully packed rice along with grilled sea bream in a soy sauce. It didn't take me long to give up with the chopsticks, mind. Given it's kind of breakfast in whatever time zone I'm in, I've opted for a coffee alongside a Diet Pepsi. For those wondering, champagne in business class is Duval Leroy. As with first class, no warm towels are provided today, so just a wet wipe again for me. As I finish up my set menu, it occurs to me I've not yet had any ramen. Let's change this. I'm presented with one of the tastiest dishes I've had on board to date. Now I know it's pretty basic, but my god, it is so tasty. Albeit quite spicy, so thankfully I have individual air vents just above me to cool down. For dessert, the crew surprised me with a personalised cake, which I thought was a really cute touch. This was served with an orange juice, which actually tasted freshly squeezed, although I doubt it to be honest. With dinner service done, I think it's time for a loo review. For business class, these are of average size, but super clean. They feature a Japanese toilet and a generous sized basin. It's great too to see these are well stocked with amenities including toothbrushes, face body sheets, and mouthwash. It feels a shame not to change into PJs. I'm really spoilt with Qatar Airways. Let's get my teeth brushed and head back over to my suite. It's time we make this up into a bed. At the touch of a button, the seat folds fully flat, and given the additional room on the upper part of the bed, it gives the illusion that it's a double bed. Unfortunately, your feet are still housed in a cubby when sleeping, but this isn't massively restricted, thankfully. Of course, being a suite, the doors do shut, albeit in a pretty unconventional manner. There's still quite a gap in the door here, but I didn't find this overly intrusive to my privacy. The bed was very comfy, and I got some good rest in. Flying backwards and forwards to Japan is no easy task on the body clock.
Much later.
When I awake, we're not far out from Germany, so I put the bed back up into a seat and prepare for landing. Coming into land, I feel that this is a phenomenal business class. Overall, it doesn't quite pip QSuites to the finish line, which I feel still remains at the #1 business class. Given the soft product elements of Qatar, such as dine on demand, better bedding, pyjamas, and the ability to form a central quad QSuite, ANA doesn't quite hit the home run. Not to mention that QSuites are available on significantly more aircraft. What I think we can agree on though is this comes in at a solid #2 in the business class suite leaderboard.
Thank you so much. Take care. Hello.
Right guys, so welcome to Germany. That concludes my pretty epic trip over from Japan. Thoroughly enjoyed that. Now it's time to relax and recuperate. I do feel a bit tired actually, to be fair, so I'm gonna go find a hotel, lay low for a little bit, and then fly back over to the UK. Thanks so much for watching guys, and I'll catch you all again next week.